Hello everybody, Board Game Lawyer here. It is a Sunday evening and I'm going to play some Marvel Champions from Fantasy Flight Games, and I'm really looking forward to this game this evening because this is a special weekend. We received two brand new heroes on Friday they released. That was X-23 and Deadpool. And so far this weekend I've been able to do an unboxing video of X-23, and I was also able to do a playthrough using her pre-con deck, and she was a lot of fun. Looking forward to playing with her going down the road. Now this morning I was able to open up my Deadpool pack, and I got a chance to look at all the cards in there, and they're very interesting. Looks like a lot of fun. It's a brand new aspect. It's the pool aspect that he comes with. And so we'll see how that works out. So I'm excited to try that out. So I built a deck for Deadpool. I'm not playing at the pre-con with Deadpool. I decided to build a deck with Deadpool. Now, of course, there's 15 cards that are Deadpool cards that I include in the deck, and that's the case with all the heroes. They have 15 cards, signature cards in their deck. But then what I did was I took all of the pool cards, I laid them out, and I took one copy of each, including the one basic card that comes in that kit, and it just so happened that now I have a total of 50 cards. So there's 35 unique, so to speak, cards of Deadpool. Of course, there's multiple copies of some of them, but 35 different cards come in that kit, and then the 15 cards rounds it up to 50, and that's exactly the high threshold. You can have a deck size of 40 to 50 cards in Marvel Champions, and so I've got a 50 card deck, something I don't normally play with, but I did want to kind of showcase all the different cards that come in the Deadpool pack. So I'll go ahead and shuffle up those 50 cards right now. We'll take a quick look at Deadpool to see what he's all about. So Deadpool on his hero side has a thwart of 2, despite the zeros behind it. 2 attack, 1 defense, and it says that he's part of the Deadpool Corps. X-Force, the Regenerating Degenerate is his Forced Interrupt, and it says when you would be defeated, instead set your hit points to dial to 1, change to alter ego form, and add 1 acceleration token to the main scheme. All right, so he begins with a hand size in his alter ego form of 6, and he has 9 hit points. And so I'll go ahead and bring his hit points out. Okay, so that's Deadpool, the hero side. The alter ego side has a recovery of 8, the highest recovery in the game so far. And he's also a mercenary mutant. It says he breaks the 4th wall, which is an action. Discard a card from your hand, search your deck for a Deadpool event, and add it to your hand. You can do this a limit of once per round. So it's a Deadpool event that you can go find when you discard a card. All right, so we're going to go up against Juggernaut today. So let's take a quick look at Juggernaut. He has, we're going to be playing Juggernaut Standard 1 and 2. In stage 1, he has a scheme of 1, attack of 2. He's a brute. Juggernaut gets +1 attack for each momentum counter on him, and then when revealed, place 1 momentum counter here and give Juggernaut a tough status card. So we'll reveal him after we do his main scheme. All right, so let's take a look at the main scheme of Juggernaut. So the contents are Juggernaut 1 and 2. Also, it tells us to bring out Hope Summers and a standard encounter set and 1 modular encounter set, Black Tom Cassidy. So yes, I'm going to use Black Tom Cassidy today. The setup says attach Juggernaut's helmet to Juggernaut. Put Hope Summers into play under the first player's control. All right, so here's the helmet. The helmet is a permanent attachment attached to Juggernaut. Juggernaut gains Stalwart, and his attacks gain Overkill. Hero action, spend 3 resources of the same type, remove each momentum counter from Juggernaut, and flip this card. So 3 resources of the same type in order to be able to flip to his side where he's missing his hat. All right, so there is Juggernaut's helmet. He's Stalwart, Overkill. Let's look at Hope Summers because it tells us to put her out on the table as well. She has a thwart of Star and attack of Star. She's a Psionic X-Force X-Men. Setup, first player controls Hope Summers. Hope Summers does not count against your ally limit. Hope Summers' base thwart and base attack are equal to the thwart and attack of your hero. If Hope Summers lose play, the players lose the game. She has importantly, she has a mental resource on her card. So, whenever I'm flipped over into hero form at this point, she's a 2/2 on her thwart and attack. All right. So that's side 1A of the Unstoppable Juggernaut. We'll flip over to the other side, and it has the Unstoppable Juggernaut threats out at 7 when the scheme would be completed. Instead, do each of the following. Remove all threat from here. If Juggernaut exposes in play, flip it. Place 1 momentum counter on Juggernaut, and Juggernaut attacks each player in player order, even if they're in alter ego form. Ooh, so you definitely don't want to get attacked by Juggernaut in alter ego form. So he begins with 1 threat, and he gets to add 1 threat each turn. So Unstoppable Juggernaut is now out on the table. I'll go ahead and put the 1 threat on there. We'll keep in mind that whenever we reveal Juggernaut, that he's going to be tough. So there's this tough token, and he's also got 1 momentum counter on him. All right, so he's +1, 3, +1 with that momentum counter on him. So I think that's everything that we need to do to set up the game, short of drawing up my hand size. Now, there are some special rules with regards to playing the pool aspect. So there is an extra card that you shuffle in. It's a treachery card. It's what allows Deadpool to come out into play, well, along with his side scheme. And then there's other cards that get shuffled into the encounter deck, and I have those off to the side here. So let me grab those quickly. Let me see where they're at. Okay, here's Deadpool. Yeah, these are the cards that would get put on a table and shuffled in if by chance we draw that card that summons them. And then we have Butler, who is Deadpool's nemesis, along with involuntary procedures and so forth. So that's his nemesis minion. We'll set that off to the side as well. I already shuffled in the obligation too. Let me give the encounter deck just a quick shuffle while we're here. Make sure that it's all nice and mixed up well. I'll probably just mix things terribly for me. And then Juggernaut starts with 18 health. So let me get that dial out on the table as well. And we are ready to play. All right. So I'm going to deal myself a hand size of 6 first. So we've got Plot Convenience. Exhaust Plot Convenience. Choose. This is a support. Attach 1 aspect card from your hand face down here to a maximum of 3. Add 1 card attached face down here to your hand. So exhaust Plot Convenience. All right, so there's Plot Convenience. Let's draw 5 more. We have Not My Responsibility. When any amount of threat would be placed on a scheme, I could take it instead. Ambush, which is an upgrade attached to a side scheme, max 1 per side scheme. When attached side scheme is defeated, discard non-elite minion. All right, we don't have a non-elite minion or a side scheme right now. Here's Maximum Effort. Take any amount of damage up to your remaining hit points. Deal an equal amount of damage to an enemy. We've got War, which is an upgrade. It's a metagame. Exhaust War. Discard the top card of the encounter deck. Take 1 damage for each of these icons in the boost area. Discard the top card of your deck. Deal damage to an enemy equal to that card's cost. So, yeah, you're playing War with Juggernaut. Very good. Very thematic. And 1 more, Pool Inspection. It says remove 5 threat from the main scheme. Well, there's not 5 threat on the main scheme, so likely the Pool Inspection that costs 6 is just going to be mulliganed off. So that's the first mulligan. War. Do I want to do War? I don't know if I want to do War right now. How about Maximum Effort? Maybe not. I'm not going to take all my damage to damage Juggernaut just yet. Ambush. No. Not My Responsibility. Yeah, threat's not placed on the main scheme right now. And then the last one is Plot Convenience. Now, that's a support, and that might be good. Yeah. Attach an aspect card from your hand face down here. It might be a way to tuck some cards for later. So I'll hang on to that one. We've got Self-Preservation, which is double the number of resources this card generates if your identity has sustained less than 5 damage. Triple the resources if you have sustained no damage. So far, we've not sustained any damage. So that's a pretty hefty resource right here at the beginning. We got Break Time, which is Alliance, max 1 per deck. It's an event. Take a group break. Leave the table, read a comic book. When you come back, heal 1 damage from each identity for every minute you were away from the game. Well, no damage right now. There's our buddy Cable. He gets +1 thwart, +1 attack for each acceleration token on the main scheme to a maximum of +3 and +3. That's his best bud. We've got Deadpool. After Deadpool attacks and damages a minion, That minion attacks another enemy of your choice. So there's some head pool we could get out. And do I need one more card? Yes, I do. And it is Frenemies. It says team up Cable. Deal 1 damage to each Cable and Deadpool. Remove 3 threat from a scheme and 3 threat from a different scheme. So not a lot of threat to be removed here at the beginning of the game, but we can definitely get some cards out. Do I want to break the wall? Let me see what my... let's see, if I were to get... So I've got Frenemies, which is a wild. I've got Headpool, which is a fist. If I discard a card, like for example, Break Time, we're not going to use Break Time. I'm going to search through, discard a card from your hand, search your deck for a Deadpool event, and add it to your hand limit once per round. Search your deck for a Deadpool event. So the Deadpool event would be red. Here's one, it's got an energy icon on it. Here's another one with energy on it. Here's an upgrade. There's Bob. Oh, wait a second. I need to be looking for these red ones. Events. Here's one. It says this card is fire. So I discarded Break Time. I'm going to put fire in my hand. That's an event. Fire says force response after your turn ends. If this card is in your hand, take 1 damage. So we're not going to let it get that far. Let me go ahead and shuffle my player deck up. All right, shuffle my player deck. Very good. All right, so I'm going to flip to my hero side, to Deadpool. I'm going to spend these 3 fist resources. Spend 3 resources of the same type, remove each momentum counter from Juggernaut, and flip this card. So we're going to go ahead and remove the momentum counter and flip this card. So now Juggernaut is exposed, and he has a permanent attachment to Juggernaut. Juggernaut takes 1 additional damage from each card with a printed mental resource on it. Force response after Juggernaut schemes, place 1 momentum counter on Juggernaut. Flip this card. All right. So these has to be printed mental resources on there. Okay. Now then, we've got self-preservation, which says that I can triple this energy resource if I have sustained no damage. I have yet to sustain damage, so I'm going to put Cable out, and I'm going to use self-preservation to do so. So I've got a leftover card, Plot Convenience. I may just hang on to that. And for now, I'm going to definitely, let's see, knock the tough. Is there anything I have that's piercing? No, I don't have any piercing damage. So Deadpool is going to attack Juggernaut to knock off the tough. And then Hope Summers now, she can attack Juggernaut, and she's going to do so for 2 because of the 2 on Deadpool, plus 1 because of the mental resource. So we're going to do 3 damage to Juggernaut. He's down to 15. And then Cable's going to do 2 damage to Juggernaut. So she does not take consequential damage, but Cable does take consequential damage. Takes 1 consequential damage. And there's no acceleration tokens on the main scheme just yet, but we can do 2 damage. So 18 goes down to 13, and Plot Convenience, I think I'm just going to discard that card to draw up 5 brand new cards. Hope Summers, Cable's readied, and I draw 5 cards. So we've got the Blackout, we've got I Got This, I have the Mulligan card, also the Chimichanga Truck. After identity makes a basic recovery, exhaust Chimichanga Truck and ready that identity. It Ain't Over is an upgrade attached to the main scheme. Increase the target value of attached scheme by 2 for each acceleration token. I like that one. And so that's my 5 cards that make up my hand to go into my next turn. Do I have any defensive cards? So there's a upgrade, event, mulligan, chimichanga, And it ain't over. All right. So we're going to place one threat on the Unstoppable Juggernaut. Juggernaut is going to attack Deadpool. He's going to attack for 2. He's not +1 because he has no momentum counters on him. So yeah, Juggernaut's going to attack Deadpool for 2. Plus this card right here, 0. So he's going to get hit for 2. So now Deadpool goes down to 7. And the encounter card is Making Green. Making Green. Hinder 2. Each copy of Creeping Willow gains Surge. And it has a hazard icon on it. Okay. So we'll put that out into play. Hinder 2 means that you put 2 more threat on it. So that comes into play with 4 threat. Making Green. So that's probably a side scheme that we're going to want to get rid of. Let's take a look and see what we got in our hand. So we got the Mulligan card. No, probably not going to Mulligan because I like It Ain't Over. Attached to the main scheme, increase the target value of each attached scheme by 2 for each acceleration token on it. So I'll spend 1 for that. And then I've got 2 more resources that I can, let's see. I could put out the Chimichanga truck. Yeah, let's put out the Chimichanga truck. Yeah, we'll do that. And then we'll put It Ain't Over out. So I do want to get rid of Making Green. So Deadpool can remove 2 threat from Making Green. And then Hope Summers can mimic his 2. All right, to Yep. We're going to go ahead and get rid of Making Green. So it's gone. So I use Hope Summers and Deadpool for that action. I'm going to spend 2 resources, Mulligan and Blackout, to put out the Chimichanga truck. And then I'm going to spend 1 resource, I got this, to play It Ain't Over, to put that on the main scheme. So now so far nothing has happened. There's not been any acceleration tokens added to the Unstoppable Juggernaut, but we're bound to add some sooner or later. And then Cable is going to attack Juggernaut and knock him down 2 more to 11. And we place 1 consequential damage onto Cable. After I make a basic recovery, I can ready my identity. So the Chimichanga truck's just going to sit there until we need it. Ready Deadpool, ready Hope Summers, ready Cable, and draw up my hand size now of 5. So we got, get in front of me, I've got Lady Deadpool, I've got Kidpool, and I've got Yoo-Hoo. Take any amount of damage up to your remaining hit points. Remove an equal amount of threat from a scheme. And 1 more is Rock, Paper, Scissors. This is another metagame card that's an upgrade. All right, so something interesting to me on my unboxing video earlier, one of the viewers commented that these Deadpool allies don't take consequential damage. And now that I'm looking at the cards a little bit closer, yeah, I'm not seeing where any of these guys take any consequential damage so far. So that's pretty slick. I like it. Now, Get in Front of Me says, when a treachery card is revealed from the encounter deck, cancel its when revealed effects. The villain attacks you instead. If an ally or another hero defends this attack, draw a card. So we might just hang on to that one. Yeah, I think so. We're going to place 1 threat onto the Unstoppable Juggernaut. Boom. Juggernaut's going to attack Deadpool. Do I want to jump out? Hero interrupt when a treachery card is revealed from the encounter deck. Yeah, so we'll hang on to that for a second. We're just going to go ahead and let Juggernaut attack Deadpool. So he's going to attack for 2, plus this boost here. It says take 1 indirect damage. 1 indirect damage plus 3 damage into Deadpool. So for sure we're taking 3 damage. And the indirect damage, I think I'm going to stick it on Hope Summer. That's probably a really bad idea. Yeah, that's a bad idea. I'm just going to take that indirect damage into Deadpool. I do have the Chimichanga truck, so I'm not too worried about... Yeah. All right, so that was the boost card for Juggernaut. Encounter card reads, Creeping Willow Guard, Quick Strike. After Creeping Willow attacks and damages a character, stun that character. All right, so out comes Creeping Willow. He's going to attack Deadpool, and that is going to stun Deadpool. It's a good thing we removed that side scheme earlier. Now Deadpool is stunned. Let me put one of my stunned tokens on him. Very good. Can't attack. All right. Okay, get in front of me. See, that would have been when a treachery card is revealed. There wasn't a treachery card, so Hope Summers can attack. She can attack for 3 into Juggernaut or 2 into Creeping Willow. I've got Lady Deadpool, Kidpool, Yoo-Hoo, and Rock, Paper, Scissors. Now, Lady Deadpool, if I were to put her out, says when defeated, defeat a non-elite minion. Don't want to defeat her necessarily. How about Kidpool? Kidpool's attacks gain piercing, but there's an acceleration icon. It's not a token, so that's different by putting Kidpool out. Either one of these. Rock, paper, scissors. Exhaust this card. Choose one card in your hand. Discard the top card of your deck using the diagram above. If the printed resource on the chosen card points to a printed resource on the discard card, add the discarded card to your hand. Nah. No, I think what I'm going to do is put out Lady Deadpool. Yeah. I'm going to put out Lady Deadpool. For those 4 other cards that I had in my hand. I'm going to exhaust Deadpool to get rid of the stunned. We can get rid of Creeping Willow. If I flip down I don't want to flip down just yet. So how about Lady Deadpool? So Cable, Lady Deadpool, Hope Summers. Hope Summers can put 3 damage into Juggernaut, which I'll go ahead and take care of that right now. Now he's down to 8. Remove threat. Or get rid of Creeping Willow. I like the idea of getting rid of Creeping Willow. So Lady Deadpool is going to attack Creeping Willow. Or, you know what? If she blocks the attack from Juggernaut, then defeat a non-elite minion. So we'll be able to defeat a non-elite minion if she's defeated. So I'm going to use her to remove 2 threat off of the Unstoppable Juggernaut. And there's really no urgency to lose my Cable right now. So I think I'm going to leave things the way they are for one more turn. Ready everything up and draw 5 cards. Hope Summers, Lady Deadpool, Cable. She takes 1 consequential. No, she doesn't take any consequential damage for that. Creeping Willow is still on the table. Chimichanga Truck. I'm at 2 health. And my hand is Get Ragey. I've got barely a scratch. When you would take any amount of damage from an attack, prevent 1 of that damage for each of the different icons in play. So we've got, this one is the only one I got in play. So barely a scratch. I've got Stick-to-itiveness, Panda Pool, and Healing Factor. I like the Healing Factor. Good. All right. So those are my 5 cards. Begin his turn. He's going to place 1 threat onto the Unstoppable Juggernaut. We're going to defend with Lady Deathstrike, the attack from Juggernaut. So he's going to attack for 2, plus this one, 3, Cedric's Exemplar. And then she had an amplify icon as well, so that's really a 4. So Lady Deadpool is going to be defeated in that defense. And her ability says, when defeated, defeat a non-elite minion. So he's defeated, so he's not going to be able to attack this turn. All right, so now the encounter card will read, Head of Steam, Juggernaut gains Retaliate X, where X is the number of momentum counters on Juggernaut. When revealed, attach Head of Steam to Juggernaut, place 1 momentum counter on him. Okay. Let's just put it right over here next to his helmet. So he's got Head of Steam on him. We put a momentum counter on him. And then the hero response is, after Juggernaut attacks you, spend 1 resource of each for each damage dealt by that attack. Discard this card. All right. Bad thing is now he's got some retaliate, so he's going to start doing damage to us as we damage him. Okay. So I got the healing factor. I like the healing factor. We got barely a scratch. Get ragey. Ready an ally. That ally gets +1 attack till the end of the phase. All right. So if I spend the 3 resources that I plan to spend on healing factor to put that out. Okay, good. Cable attacks Juggernaut. Hope Summers attacks Juggernaut. Deadpool attacks Juggernaut. Whew. I don't want to take too much damage here on the Hope Summers. That Head of Steam is bad. And the only way to after Juggernaut attacks you, spend 1 resource of for each damage dealt by that attack. Discard this card. Damage dealt. Oh, there's some rule on that. I forgot what it was. Damage dealt. Juggernaut attacks you. Spend 1 resource for each damage dealt by that attack. Discard this card. Dealt and taken are 2 different things. So however much is dealt. Whew. Okay. I've got the Get Ragey. Ready an ally. That ally gets +1 attack till the end of the phase. Boy, I really hate the fact that Head of Steam came out just now. Deadpool is going to attack for 2 or remove 2 threat. Nope, he's gonna attack for 2 into Juggernaut. So I'm going to take a 1 retaliation. Okay, from that. Hope Summers is we're going to exhaust Hope to remove 2 threat from Unstoppable Juggernaut, because she's a threat. Threat removal of 2 right now. And then we're going to leave Cable alone. We're going to flip over to our alter ego side. And I'm going to discard this card here to use his ability. Search your deck for a Deadpool event and add it to your hand. So let's go find a Deadpool event. So a Deadpool event would be Yoo-hoo. Exhausting Personality. Choose. Place 1 acceleration token on the main scheme. Stun and confuse the villain. Exhaust a player identity. That player draws 1 card for each acceleration token on the main scheme. So there's another event. I don't want the burning event. Maximum effort. Meta knowledge. When encounter card is revealed, Nope, I think the one I'm going to take is Exhausting Personality. Yep, that's the one I want. Take that into hand. And all right, so do I want to hang on to this or want to discard it? I think I'm going to discard it. Okay. So I get to draw up a hand size of 6. Wade Wilson, Hope Summers, Cable, Healing Factor, Chimichanga Truck. All right. Drawing 6 cards. Tic-tac-toe. Laser Swords. They count as 2 restricted cards. Your hero gets +1 attack for each of these different icons to a maximum of +4. Got Negasonic Teenage Warhead. Cut Upper. Deal 5 damage to an enemy. Stun that enemy. And we've got Arm to the Teeth, which that one allows you to go find another weapon in my collection. I don't have my collection handy right now, not for this playthrough video, unfortunately. And then Bazooka. So these are my 6 cards. I got the Bazooka. And so not bad. Not bad hand. All right, so we place 1 threat on the Unstoppable Juggernaut. And here's where it gets funky, because Juggernaut's going to scheme for 1 plus this card right here, another 1, or no, that's a 0. 0. So Juggernaut schemes for 1, but the Juggernaut exposed is affected by that. It says, after Juggernaut schemes, place 1 momentum counter on Juggernaut and flip this card. So it's flipped. 1 momentum counter comes onto Juggernaut. And the encounter card reads Advance. Ooh. 1 plus this here. Give Juggernaut a tough status card. So 1, 2, 3 threat. 3 more threat gets added to the Unstoppable Juggernaut. Okay. And he's tough. All right. That's going to end Juggernaut's turn. Now I got the Healing Factor, which is max 1 per player. After the player phase begins, exhaust Healing Factor. Heal 2 damage from your identity. So we're going to do that to heal 2 damage from Wade Wilson. Now he's up to 3. Got the Chimichanga Truck. It says after identity makes a basic recovery, exhaust Chimichanga Truck to ready that identity. So we'll go ahead and do that. Exhaust Wade Wilson to recover for 8, which brings him all the way up to 9. And then we get to ready him. So exhaust. After an identity makes a basic recovery, exhaust Chimichanga Truck and ready. So those are both exhausted. What do I got in my hand? I've got Laser Swords, Tic-tac-toe, Negasonic Teenage Warhead. When a treachery is revealed, deal 2 damage to Negasonic Teenage Warhead. Cancel that treachery when revealed effects. Not bad. I got the Cut Upper, which is deal 5 damage to an enemy and stun that enemy. So the only way that I can really stun him is by flipping his helmet, because right now he's stalwart. So I'll need 3 matching resources. So I've got the Bazooka, I've got Arm to the Teeth, and I got Laser Swords that I could use. But then I won't have enough resources to spend for anything else, unfortunately. Now I could use his ability right now, which is to break the 4th wall. So I could discard a card from my hand, search my deck for a Deadpool event, and add it to my hand. So if I found a Deadpool event that has a mental resource on it, then I could at least play one of these other cards. I still won't be able to play the Cut Upper, and I won't be able to play the Laser Swords. But I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to discard one of these 3-costers. I really didn't want to lose Cut Upper. But that's the only way that I could... it's the only way I can flip that helmet And I really don't want him hitting me for all that damage. Although, it wouldn't be terrible. The main scheme's getting ready to thread out as well. Tell you what, I am going to discard Arm to the Teeth to go find a Deadpool event and add it to my hand. Although I got one. Here's this card is Fire. I've got Yoo-Hoo, which is take any amount of damage up to your remaining hit points to remove an equal amount of threat from a scheme. I've got, that's an event. Here's another event, Maximum Effort. Take any amount of damage up to your remaining hit points, deal an equal amount of damage to an enemy. That would be a way to get Juggernaut down. And here's another one, Meta Knowledge. When an encounter card is revealed, cancel all of its effects. I'm going to take Meta Knowledge. Shuffle the player deck here. I threw off Arm to the Teeth. And now that gives us 3 mentals, right? We got Meta Knowledge, Tic-Tac-Toe, and Negasonic. And I can spend 2 to put the Bazooka out. Discard Bazooka, deal 1 damage to an enemy for each of these different icons in play. I don't have any of those in play right now. Whew. Okay, cut upper. 5 damage. Tic-Tac-Toe. I keep dismissing these metagame cards. So spend 1 resource of any type. Move 1 damage from a character to an empty space above, matching the spent resource. If there are 3 damage tokens in a line, deal all damage on this card to an enemy and discard this card. So, well, that's a way to get damage off of Hope Summers. It's a mental, though. So he's still going to respond. And now his retaliate is 2. So I really need to get Juggernaut's helmet off. So I need to flip to my hero side in order to be able to pull that off. So flipping Deadpool, I'm going to spend 3 mental resources, these right here, to get rid, or to flip Juggernaut's helmet, and there go the momentum counters off of Juggernaut. The only thing I can do with the 2 resources is put the Bazooka out on the table. So Cutthroat and Laser Sword gets discarded. Discard Bazooka, deal 1 damage to an enemy for each of these different icons in play. So nothing right now. It's kind of a future thing. So Deadpool is going to attack Juggernaut to knock the tough off. And we take no consequential damage. Gains Retaliate X, where X is the number of momentum counters on Juggernaut. Attach Head of Steam Juggernaut. So yeah, there's no momentum counters on him because we just flipped the hat. So I won't take any consequential damage, which is great. Then we're just going to take advantage of Hope Summers here to do 3 more damage to Juggernaut. And the Unstoppable Juggernaut's looking kind of bad over there. Maybe instead of using Deadpool to knock the tough off, we're going to use Cable and knock the tough off. We're going to lose Cable in the process, unfortunately. But then Deadpool removes 2 threat, and Hope Summers does the 3 damage. So yeah, that's what we want to do. We got this Unstoppable Juggernaut down just a little bit. So I just kind of flipped it, reversed it, and did that. Let me move the Bazooka over here for now. So Head of Steam right now is not bad. After Juggernaut attacks, you spend 1 resource for each damage dealt by that attack to discard this card. I don't like Head of Steam. So I'm going to draw 5 cards. I've got Distraction. I've got Deadpool Core Ship. I've got Deadpool's Katana. I've got the Live Dangerously. Each identity gets +2 hand size. Nice. Oh, and then that works really well with that bazooka over there. Ah, so cool. And we got Dogpool. Okay, so Juggernaut's going to attack Deadpool. Let me ready everything up. I got the healing factor too to keep in mind. So we're placing 1 threat on Unstoppable Juggernaut. Juggernaut attacks us for 2 plus. You are stunned, so he's going to hit us for 3 damage and stun us. Nice. Of course. Now he's stunned. And the encounter card for Juggernaut reads Trample. When reveal hero, Juggernaut attacks the ally with the fewest remaining hit points. Oh no. Yeah, we're going to have to jump out in front of that because we do not want Hope Summers to get attacked by Juggernaut because, again, if Hope Summers leaves play, the players lose the game. So yeah, Deadpool's going to jump right out in front of that attack for her. Juggernaut attacks the ally with the fewest remaining hit points. Now Deadpool's going to get hit for, let's see, I got hit earlier, right? So I got hit for 3. I didn't take it. So down to 6. And now he's going to take 1, 2, 3 minus 1. He's going to take 2 more damage. So I forgot to add that damage earlier. Glad I caught that. So that's Trample. And that's the end of Juggernaut's turn. I can spend resources now. I could spend the 3 resources to get rid of the Head of Steam. And what will that leave me with? That'll leave me with a Distraction attached to a non-elite minion. Attached minion cannot activate. Live Dangerously. That might be kind of cool to have. Yeah. So if I spend 3 resources, because that's the damage that was dealt to Deadpool, I'm going to spend these 3 resources here: Dogpool, the Deadpool Core Ship, and Deadpool's Katana. To hero response. Yeah. Yep. Spend 3 resources to get rid of Head of Steam. All right, and then we've got Live Dangerously and Distraction left in my hand. All right. So that will end Juggernaut's turn. I'm going to use my healing factor on my turn to heal up for 2. So now I'm up to 6. Hope Summers could actually knock Juggernaut all the way down to 0 since he's exposed right now. And I think that's exactly what needs to happen. Yep, he's going to get knocked all the way down to 0. So stage 1 of Juggernaut is defeated. Stage 2 jumps out. And stage 2 says that he has a scheme of 1, attack of 3. Juggernaut gets +1 attack for each momentum counter here. When revealed, place 1 momentum counter here. If Juggernaut exposed is in play, flip it. Otherwise, give Juggernaut a tough status card. So 1 momentum counter onto Juggernaut, and we're going to flip over. Now he's Stalwart again. And he has Overkill. But he's not tough. But he does come out into play with lots and lots of hit points. So he's up to 21 now. All right then. Lots of damage. There, I got Live Dangerously. It says each identity gets +2 hand size. And I've got Distraction, which is attached to a non-elite minion. Max 1 per minion. Attached minion cannot activate. Didn't get any minions that time, so can't attach it to a minion. I do have Live Dangerously. So if I put Live Dangerously out, which that's very dangerous right now. Whew. Okay, so I can discard Bazooka, deal 1 damage to an enemy for each of all 3 of these icons in play. This attack gains ranged. So we're going to discard Bazooka because we've got all 4 of these icons out on this card here. So we're going to do 4 damage to Juggernaut. It takes him down to 17. Should I flip? Is the question. I think I will. I'm going to flip down. I'm stunned. And I'm going to flip down to my alter ego form. All right. That's probably a hugely bad idea to flip down right now. Let me think about that just for a second. Do I want to flip down? Yes. I will. He's going to attack me. He's going to be a scheme of 1 plus an amplify icon, so it's 2. I'm going to place 1 on there, which will make it 3, 4, 5, 6. So the Unstoppable Juggernaut is going to go off. I place a momentum counter on Juggernaut. Juggernaut attacks each player in player order. So he's 3 attack. He's going to be 5 attack with that extra momentum counter. He's going to draw a card. It's going to have an amplify icon on it, so he's going to knock me out. So allowing him to threat out is a horrible idea right now. I may have... Well, here's the thing. If he knocks me all the way down, guess what? Change alter ego form. Add acceleration token to the main scheme, right? That's the worst that can happen, maybe? Okay, we're ready everything up. Draw my hand size, so I've got a 5, 6, 7 hand size now. So here's... This card is fire. That's not good. Bob, Agent of Hydra. Yoo-hoo. Da Bomb. The Bomb. Deal 10 damage to the villain. Deal 1 damage to each enemy and hero for each of these crazy icons in play. And that's not an attack. It's a hero action. Ooh. And I get to draw a self-control. I'm getting excited about this one. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2 more. 6, Deadpool's Katana, and 7 is the montage. Woo. Looking good. Looking good. All right. Placing 1 threat on the Unstoppable Juggernaut. Juggernaut is going to attack Deadpool for 3, 4 for this momentum counter, 5 for the amplify icon, and I'm stunned. I'm already stunned. I get another damage, so he's going to defeat Deadpool. So 3, 4, 5, 6 damage into Deadpool. Takes him all the way down to 0. Okay. So it says, when you would be defeated, instead set your hit points to dial to 1, change to alter ego form, and add 1 acceleration token to the main scheme. So there's the 1 for Deadpool. We're going to put an acceleration token on the main scheme. There we go. And then, still stunned. I'm going to flip over to the Wade Wilson side. He's stunned still. And deal 2 encounter cards. Here's the first one. Here's the second one. Now, this is why it ain't easy, or it ain't over, is good, because it says that it increase the target threat value of attached scheme by 2 for each acceleration token on it. So now it's up to 9. Is the threat threshold onto the Unstoppable Juggernaut because of that. So that's kind of cool. Here's our first encounter card, and it reads, it's an advance. Ooh. So 1 plus 2, 3, 4. We're going to place 4 onto the Unstoppable Juggernaut. I don't know if they're going to thread out. Here's 3. And one more. 4. 3, 4. So 6, 7, 8, 9. So this threats out. And here's the dangerous part. It says remove all threat from here. So all that's getting removed. We'll just push that off the screen for now. If Juggernaut Exposed is in play, flip it. It's not. Place 1 momentum counter on Juggernaut. Here he goes. Juggernaut attacks each player in player order, even if they're in alter ego form. So Wade Wilson is in alter ego form. He's going to get attacked. He's going to get attacked for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage into Wade Wilson, who only has 1 health. He is not in his hero form, so he can't protect himself, and so 9 damage into Wade Wilson is going to end this game against Juggernaut. Wow, Juggernaut beats us up. Now, this is the first time through with these brand new cards, so I've probably done something dumb, played something wrong, played the wrong card, should have done something different. Please, if you saw anything like that or any suggestions at all, please leave it in the comments down below. I'd love to learn more about how I can do better with Mr. Wade Wilson here. Now, what we were going to get? We were going to get a trample, which is take 2 indirect damage. So Hope Summers would have taken 2 indirect damage. So she would have been pretty close to getting knocked out as well, which would also cost us the game. She had full health. But wow, what a game, huh? Against Juggernaut. That's pretty fun against Juggernaut, actually. That is kind of like Deadpool's problem, is getting attacked in alter ego form, and then that threat threshold being so low. It's going to happen eventually. He's going to get attacked in alter ego form. So what a fun game I had. That was a great one. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you like my videos, you can always like and subscribe. It's nice to see new friends being added every day. If you have any suggestions of anything you might like to see me play, hey, leave it in the comments down below. I'm pretty easygoing. If there's something that you think I could do better, or some way to improve my production of my videos, always happy to hear that as well. But I just do it for fun. This is just a hobby of mine. I enjoy making content, and I love playing Marvel Champions. So look to bring you another video again soon. You can catch me on YouTube. You can catch me on Twitch. You can catch me on Discord, Board Game Lawyer, BGL, in some cases. Yeah. So thanks again, folks, for watching. Hope you get your chance to get your copy of Deadpool soon. I picked up mine over at the Griffons Lair. It's a pretty good game store over in Pennsylvania. They have Erie and Pittsburgh locations. That's the Griffons Lair. And then viewers of my channel can get 15% off. I'll leave that in the comments down below, how you can receive a discount just for watching the show here. But anyway, thanks, everyone. Have a great weekend. Have a great start to your week. Play some Marvel Champions. Play with some of these new heroes. This has been a tremendous wave, right? This is between the X-Men and the X-Force. I just absolutely love everything that came out in the X-Men wave so far. And I'm looking forward to the new stuff coming out in March. You can pre-order yours soon, if not already. And we'll continue to grow our collection of Marvel Champions from Fantasy Flight Games. Take care, everyone. Have a good night.